Hey everybody, this is Founder Laerun. I am going to be making a bard today. I'm going to be using the 5th edition rule set for DnD5e. This will be Fantasy Grounds version 3.3.9, and I will be demonstrating how to build a bard. So I haven't really picked so much of a college, so if I get anyone in the chat that wants a particular college built, we can do that. I think to keep with the theme, I have so far made all female characters, so I guess I could make this bard female as well. So she's going to be 5th level, and I'm going to build her from scratch. And I have a lot of different supplements loaded, so if I need to, add some embellishments or whatever, I can do that. So I think I'm going to go to the module section, and I'm going to look up some things that might give me some inspiration. So, like, there's some magic items here. Let me look, see what else I got. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to take and load some modules that might have some additional things in there so that I can build from. So when I mean things, I'm talking like modules that would contain like magic items and those sorts of things. So anybody in the chat, if you want to make a suggestion at which college that I build, that would be fine. I'm going to be kind of hunting around for, whatever I can so that I can make this build useful, interesting, and fun, and also complete. So I think I'm going to load So, Rob Tui and Matakure converted this module. It's called the Comprehensive Equipment Manual. It is pretty awesome. It has a whole bunch of extra gear in there, and then some. So that's a really cool thing there. I'm going to also look for some races. Let's see, I have these underworld races, heroic races, and classes. So I might load those just in case. Nah, I don't really need to. I guess I'll have to see. I got plenty to choose from. Also magic. So here we have some lesser magic items. I'm gonna load that. Let's see. Treasures of the Underdark, Treasures of the Bad Mage. Don't need that. Pretty good there. So I think I got enough material to work with. I just hate it when I start creating and then I have to go back and fix it. So I think that'll be good enough. I had the Sword Coast Adventures Guide, Elemental Evil, and then all the rest of the major character creation books loaded. Well, that'll work. If any of that weird music's too loud, let me know. That is a Tibetan throat singer. I can turn him down, actually. There we go. There. I don't mind it in the background, but I don't want to wash everything else out. The other noise is supposed to be patrons in a bar. So, we'll see. Like a drunken reveler and then some weird like tavern patrons. Alright. Alright, so first thing is I went ahead and loaded my books up. I got the screen laid out the way I want. I'm going to start a new character by clicking on characters. That's the banner I'm going to choose. And as you can see, I already have a whole bunch built. But I'm going to go ahead and create a new one by clicking the green plus button. And here, I'm going to basically start building the Bard. Usually, I use the point buy system. I think I'm going to use the 4d6 system. I want to see how that comes out. So I'm going to take a 4-sided dice, click 4, and roll. And I actually can keep that. That's a 13. So I'm going to take notes so that I can assign them later. So let me open that up. So here are some notes. So we got a 13. So I just took off the lowest die. Again, a 13. So far I'm doing okay. That's a 17. I'll take that. Another 13, so that's actually going to be an 11. And I get 2 more rolls. Ooh, a 7. Ouch. That's going to be interesting. So there's a 6. Ouch. That's the one thing about rolling die is you can come up with some crazy numbers. And another 14, which is actually going to be 12. So that's not actually that bad, except for that 6. That is ugly. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and assign these. So I'm going to put 16 in Charisma. That is the Bard's most sacred stat. I think I'm going to put 6 in Strength. So this individual is not strong at all. But they are pretty smart. They got all the other stuff going for them. So 12 is going to be the Intelligence. Definitely going to use the 11. Actually, the 11 is going to be Intelligence. 12 Con. 13 Dex. And a 13 Wisdom. So that should be halfway decent. So again, I just rolled those up just to see how it would turn out. Interesting character. I got a 6. Wow. So let's see what else is going on here. So I'm going to have to work with that 6. So now I have to decide a background. So what kind of bard is this? So there are several college that you can choose. Maybe I'll do the College of Whispers. I haven't really done that one too much. Or the College of Glamour. So I might try those. I know the Lore and the Valor ones are more popular. But being that this person isn't all that spiffy on intelligence or strength, I think Whispers might actually do the trick. So with that in mind, maybe I will play one of those underworld races. So if I go to my library and I go to modules, let's see, I have a Drow Player's Guide, and there's these underworld races and classes. So Secrets of the Underworld and the Underworld races and classes. So I'm going to make some type of bard that hangs out in the Underdark, I guess, or at least, you know, dungeon type environments. So let's see. I'm going to pick a background, and I'm going to go to the backgrounds banner and go ahead and open that up. Okay, there's quite a few here. Let's see. There's a miner, which I don't think that person is. Charlatan. Yeah, I like that. Sleight of hand, deception, forgery, disguise kit, false identity. Yeah, I kind of like the charlatan for this bardic college of whispers. So this is going to be a little sneaky guy, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and put charlatan here. And like I said, he gets disguise kit, forgery kit, sleight of hand, deception. Pretty awesome already. And scam. So what's the guy's scam? Or the girl? Maybe it's female, like I said earlier. So let me roll. I shave coins or forge documents. That sounds like a no-brainer. I insinuate myself into people's lives to prey on their weaknesses and secure their fortunes. I like that. I put on new identities like clothes. I run sleight of hand cons on street corners. I convince people that worthless junk is worth their hard-earned money. And then I cheat at games of chance. I like the shaving the coins. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the notes down here. That's part of their scam. And for the actual background, I am going to put, let's see, fall in and out of love easily. I have a joke for every occasion, especially occasions where rumor is inappropriate. Flattery, a gambler, lie about everything, even when there's no good reason to. Sarcasm, maybe. Yeah, I want sarcasm as one. She's gonna be a real bitch, whoever this is. I pocket anything I see that might have some value. No. I keep a multitude of holy symbols. No. I lie about almost everything. You know, that actually might work. So there's her traits. Now the ideals. Independence, I'm free spirit. No one tells me what to do. That sounds like her. Fairness, charity, creativity, friendship, aspiration. Definitely number one. Independent. Let's see. Personality traits, bonds. I fleece the wrong person and must work to ensure that this individual never crosses paths with me or those I care about. I owe everything to my mentor. Somewhere out there I have a child. I come from a noble family. One day I'll reclaim my land. A powerful person killed someone I loved. That might be. I swindled and ruined a person who didn't deserve it. I kind of like the first one. So this person's constantly on the go, on the make, so that they can avoid this other person that they've wronged in the past. And then flaws. I can't resist a pretty face. I'm always in debt. That's probably good. Convinced that no one could ever fool me the way I fool others. I'm too greedy for my own good. I can't resist taking a risk if money's involved. I can't resist swindling people who are more powerful than me. That might be a thing. I hate to admit and hate myself for it, but I'll run and preserve my own hide if the going gets tough. Definitely that one. I like it. I'm already liking this character. It's not, you know, your standard affair here. So this is going to be female. Don't know the age yet. Definitely going to be least chaotic neutral. So that's pretty cool. So this is definitely not a regular character, which I kind of like. It gets boring making good people all the time. This one's a little bit on the dark side. So if I choose like a drow, which is fairly typical, I would get +2 on charisma or something like that and dexterity, which actually would really lend itself to this class. But if I want to make up for some of this idiocy or, shortcomings, I could pick some of the other races, but I'll have to see. So I have my background. Now I need to find the races, which is a banner all to its own. So here I got a whole bunch of different variations. A Yuan-Ti pureblood. So a snake woman. That might be cool. Actually, a Yuan-Ti Bardling that is, into spell casting and has magic resistance and is a darn snake person. I think that's awesome. So I'm going to make her a Yuan-Ti. So she's going to be a snake woman, and I think this is perfect. So she'll be kind of in disguise, so they won't necessarily know she's a snake Yuan-Ti type person. So let me see what they get for ability scores first. Yeah, charisma goes up 2, intelligence goes up by 1. That is freaking perfect. I love it. So I'm going to move this over. And you get all these different... You get dark vision of 60 feet. You get abyssal and draconic and common added. You get magic resistance. You get dark vision. And that is so cool. I love it already. So Yuan-Ti. Here we go. I was going to go with an Underdark type thing. But now I'm thinking about it. This character would work in both urban and Underdark, so this is perfect. So let's see. 6, 13, 12, 12, 13, 18. Yeah, not bad. So she's got no strength whatsoever. So she's going to have to rely on her wits and her other attributes, such as her looks. She's got that going on. 18 charisma. Holy crap. So that would be that. So that's part of the build there. Now the class. So I'm going to pick Bard. And for Bards, you don't get your specialty till 3rd level. So I'm going to make this character 5th level. Then I'm going to build it up slowly so I can kind of keep track of things. So first of all, I'm going to go grab this class and level thing, pop that open first. And then I'm going to bring the table open. So let's go with the... Need to find the classes. There we are. And I'm going to grab the Bard. Player's Handbook. So, before I pick anything, I want to make sure I don't already have any of these. So I'm going to open up Skills tab. So I have Deception and Sleight of Hand for my background. So I'm going to give her Acrobatics, maybe. Definitely, let's see. Survival might be a thing. Stealth, definitely. She already has Sleight of Hand. Persuasion. Persuasion, definitely. Insight. And one other. Because I know I'll get stealth for being a... Yeah, I better get her stealth now. And instead of persuasion or insight, I'll get her perception. And she's very aware of things. Okay. Maybe acrobatics, though. She doesn't have enough kind of martial things. I don't know. I don't think it'd come up as much. Yeah. Let's see. And history would be really cool, too. Choices. I think I'm good right now. As long as you don't double up. So right now she has deception and sleight of hand. So now she'll have stealth, persuasion, and perception. Well, who does she need to persuade? Oh, she needs to lie a lot, so that makes sense. Okay. So that's that. Now I forget that she'll end up getting the Jack of all trades, so she'll be able to... She'll get more proficiencies as I build. So that's cool. So that was first level. Now I'm going to drag this little pin, or the circle, over to the right and then back in. And that will add the Jack of all trades, which is in her abilities. And what I'm going to do is follow what it says. So in Jack of all trades, you can add half your proficiency bonus, rounded down, to an ability check you make that doesn't already include that bonus. So what I'm going to do is go to the skills, and you get the half proficiency. So everything that I don't already have proficiency with, I can make half, which is really powerful. Bards are pretty cool in 5th edition, I have to say. So just having that proficiency alone helps cancel out some of those negative numbers. That's very handy. So that means you're going to have a lot of good chances at success, regardless of what you're doing, which is very, very powerful and handy. So she's a survivor for sure. Let's see. So all these half proficiencies. Yep. And I know I get to be an expertise in some of these, so I think liar will be one of them, but we'll get there. So I'm going to go ahead and level her up again. This time, I'm going to pick her college. Let's see, there's Singer of the Deep, the Mithril Mariachi, College of the Whispers. College of Whispers. Oh yeah, she gets some really cool stuff. Psychic Blades, Words of Terror. Oh yeah. So that is 3rd level. Now she's got her college, or her school. Let's see what else I'm going to do here. Okay, so I'm going to bring up to 4th level. Now at 4th level, you get an ability score increase. So technically, I could make her up to 20 in charisma, which I think is a waste. I honestly think I would put 2 in dexterity, or at least 1 more. And then... Or I could cancel out that negative and put an 8 in her strength, which would give her just a -1. But that's kind of just a waste of a stat, at least for a bonus. So what if I gave her, let's see, 1 on intelligence and then 1 on wisdom, which would help her skills. Now she needs to be able to defend herself. So I'm going to give her 2 on dex. That will make a huge difference. So I'm going to notate that in my abilities here. So that way the DM knows what I took at that particular level. And now I'm going to level up 1 more time for level 5. So there is some more stuff there. So she's got quite a bit of things here. Light armor, disguise kit, forgery kit, 3 musical instruments of your choice. She's got these 3 languages here. So this is going to be a pretty good build, even though she doesn't have a very good strength. So she has a natural armor class of 12. So that helps a little bit. And her initiative is decent. She can move pretty well. She's fast. So now Skills. So I'm going to add some custom skills. All these will be proficient. So I'm going to go ahead and click on these. One of them was Disguise Kit. So she should be damn good at that. The other skill is Forgery Kit. I think that would be more wisdom based. It's kind of based off your memory. It could be, intelligence as well, but I think wisdom's good. So she has that, 3 musical instruments. Okay. So with the type of character that she is, I think she would play more wooded instruments or, wind type. So I'm going to go ahead and arm her with a whole bunch of performance-based, equipment. So first of all, in her skills, I have 3 slots. So musical instrument, I'm going to base these off of dexterity. Some people use, charisma. Yeah, actually, I could do that too. So she's really good at performing with these instruments. So one is going to be a pan flute. One is going to be just a regular flute. And then I'll give her 1 stringed instrument, so she has a variety. So probably a lyre. Alright, so she's got some skills that she can roll, and they're all based off of charisma, which is really cool. Purebloods are described as human-like, but with minor... Yes. So she can probably... yeah, so she can probably do... The Purebloods have psychic sonic powers. Yes. That's cool. So she's in the College of Whispers. So that's what's going to be cool about her. Alright, so she has all these really cool abilities now. Pretty decked out. Let's see. Yeah, she's got a ton of things that I have to go through. This is exciting. Innate spellcasting. She gets suggestion, animal friendship, and poison spray. So starting at 3rd level, she can cast all of these spells from 3rd level up. And charisma is her spellcasting ability, which is the same as her bardic stuff, so these will just be bonus on top of that. But it says once you cast it, you can't do so until you finish a long rest. So I'm going to have to put those in a separate category, which is fine, because they will level and change how many times you can cast it. So these will be once per day, and this cantrip would be, let's see, an unlimited number of times for animal friendship and the poison spray. So those are unlimited. This one has one-time use. So we'll fix that later. Let's see. So her equipment. So I want her to travel kind of light. Obviously, she's going to have leather armor. I might give her studded leather. We'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and go to inventory. And I have a module that works kind of like the items, except for it's a parcels. And what this does is it's already a bunch of equipment like grouped together as a treasure hoard. So instead of picking everything individually, I'm going to actually grab the whole bulk of things. So for her charlatan, I can drag that over. And instead of having to make something, I have 10 stoppered bottles, a fine clothing set, a disguise kit, and a pouch. Well, she also has a forgery kit. So I will check that later. Now I'm going to do her starting equipment. So that's her background equipment I just chose. So she's a bard. So she doesn't... she obviously doesn't travel very light. She has a chest. It might be changing that. We'll see. So she has a case, map, or scroll case. A couple of those. Disguise kit. 2 sets of fine clothing. Oh yeah, this is definitely a female character with a bunch of stuff. So she might have to hire a wagon or at least have a horse. Something to carry around her stuff. She has a lamp, oil flasks. So much for traveling light. And she has leather, so maybe I can give her +1 leather. That doesn't sound too bad. Not too overpowered. She's 5th level. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, her armor class is 13 now. So I might consider doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the NPC... Well, not NPCs, but items. I need to get her tools for her. Forgery kit. There we go. Yep. Oh, I tried to drag it to the wrong place. Forgery kit. Right here. Okay. And I might make her a poisoner. We'll see. But she will have some poison. So she is going to have a vial of basic poison. So I'll drag that over. And then venomous snake poison. Huh. That might be cool. So now she has a couple different poisons. How about a consort? I'm thinking Firefly here. Inara Serotype? Yeah, maybe she does. Maybe it's a little whipping boy or something like that. Maybe she has like a lizard man slave or something like that. I don't know. But I can see her being controlling, very deceptive, kind of brash and harsh on people. She probably doesn't show her snake-like attributes very much unless she's doing something crazy. So yeah, that might be a thing. But she definitely needs a horse or somebody to carry her stuff for sure. We'll see. All right. Okay, so that's that. There's her vials. So she's got quite a bit of stuff. So I'm going to take and put some of these things in the chest. So I do that by typing on the location line. I'm going to give her 2 daggers. I think I might get her something exotic, like maybe a net or something like that. She's not really a bounty hunter, but I think it would be kind of cool if she had some exotic weapons. Maybe a whip. Because right now she just has 2 daggers and a rapier. And whip might be a little much. Maybe, well, at least a crossbow. Yeah, hand crossbow, so a really small one. And then some bolts. And then a case to hold them. Her whole life is in this chest. So I'm actually going to delete the loot and give her instruments. So she has a hand crossbow, 2 daggers, and a rapier. So her Lyra is going to be in the chest. And I was going to give her +1 leather. Yeah, so studded leather. I don't know. Dex bonus, yes. It doesn't affect her dexterity. So, yeah, I'm going to get her +1 studded leather. I think that'll be awesome. So I don't have the, what do you call it, the DM's guide loaded. Let me do that. So that's what the Dungeon Master's Guide is good for, like all the magic items. So Dungeon Master's Guide. Okay. Now we have it. Studded leather +1. Bam! Now I can get rid of the regular leather. And I need to go in here and identify it. Otherwise it won't. It'll be unidentified. So it's +1 and it's also studded. And I have to equip it. Now her armor class is 15. So she's getting 3 from her armor instead of just 1 or 2. That's pretty awesome. They also lean towards scimitars and longbows. Yeah, I think you're right, but I think she's going to be a little bit more urban. So I think the hand crossbow would give her more, able to hide that more and give her a little bit more close ranged items. But yeah, I hear you. They do like scimitars and longbows. If she was a ranger or more of a martial type, I probably would give her those. But she's more kind of hanging out in civilization more. So I think, a rapier and a dagger wouldn't look too bad. And also a little hidden hand crossbow with poison. Traditionally, they preferred studded leather, but that's a racial generalization. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I got her. Dagger of Venom as her magical weapon. Yeah, I might consider that. It's kind of powerful. Yeah, that's for the monster types. So you will find Lost Ziggurat. Yeah, I got it. Let's see. Maybe I will look at a dagger. Alright, so Dagger of Venom, Poison Reservoir Dagger. 1d4, Finesse, Special Throne. As a bonus action, you can depress a little switch on the handle and flick your wrist, forcing the stored dose of poison out of the reservoir through the channels and onto the blade. I think that's awesome. I think she's getting that dagger. So, I'm going to take away the 2 standard daggers that she has. And I'm going to give her this poisoned one. And it's already identified. So that's cool. So it's really not doing anything mechanically, but it does have some cool stuff. Now there's some throwing daggers, so I might give her some of those. So throwing dagger, I'll give her 3 of those. And then she has her stabby knife too. So that should work. She's got plenty of weapons at her disposal. Yeah, I know. I just kind of like the hidden part of it. The Dagger of Venom is a way better item, but I don't want to OP her too much. But, having that hidden hatch and all that, that's kind of more of a cool role-playing thing. I also like bladed boots, so I want to see if they have those. No. I could make them, but I think at that point it would just be overkill. But I could just take that and basically they just do the same damage as a knife. But you can add your dex bonus. And if she was more martial arts type, I might do that. But still, that'd be kind of a cool thing. Gonna give her a cloak. Gotta have that disguise. And a hooded shirt. So common clothing, hooded, dark with a hood. Alright, so she's got a lot of cool stuff. Throwing daggers and, instruments and all kinds of stuff. But like I said, she pretty much lives out of that it's like her suitcase, the chest. So she's wearing her regular dark clothing. She's wearing her cloak. And then she has all her weapons and her little pouch. And inside the pouch she carries a little flute. And probably one of these vials. So I gotta find the vial. And that'll be her poison. I'm going to give her a few more coins. She's got like 7 silver. 19 gold, 13 copper. A hidden garrote in her knicker. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, hidden garrote would definitely be cool. But she's not really an assassin though, so I'm kind of taming her down a little bit. Now, if I was doing an assassin build, I definitely would consider doing more of that. Let's see. She's got a pretty good start here. I mean, I don't want to give her too much more. That's a lot of stuff to lug around. As a matter of fact, she's over her maximum as it is. So what's going to happen is we need to get rid of all non-essentials. So for instance, does she need 2 map cases? No. Does she need a bar of soap? Not really. Does she need sealing wax? Probably for her poisons. Throwing daggers. Does she need these sheets of paper? Not really. Oil flask, yes. She's got a bunch of instruments. I think she can get by without the regular flute and the lyra. Now I got her down to 88 pounds. So she can still carry this stuff, but not too much more. So what I'll have to do is basically drop the chest. And that'll put her down to 30 pounds. So she won't be carrying that chest with her everywhere she goes. So that works. Drop the chest though, that would be carried on her horse or by her henchman. Yeah, exactly. So we could do something like that. And that way she doesn't have to have a bunch of weight. Because that would suck carrying a big old chest around. But being that she's, you know, what she is and who she is, I can totally see her with this chest. It's probably going to be the death of her. I don't know if you guys have watched movies and stereotypical female characters, but they always have a huge suitcase, and it's always got clothes and everything stuffed in it, and it always kind of weighed down by the amount of luggage. So I can totally see that. I'm not saying she's a priss, but I could totally see her just lugging this big old ancient chest around. And it has all her gear in it, and it's locked. It's probably got a poisonous trap on it. You know, I could see all that. So now, let's see. I think she's good on gear. So I already did her background. So she's pretty much good there. I haven't picked a deity yet. Age, appearance-wise, she probably looks like she's in her mid-20s. So she looks like she's 24, but I don't know her true age. Her height, probably 5'5". So the perfect female height. And maybe 120 pounds, soaking wet. Pretty much that's... She's going to be super cute, so she's not going to be ugly by any means. So let's see. Throwing daggers. 3 of those. And 20 crossbow bolts. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get her a horse or something. Henchman. Maybe a bodyguard. Maybe she has a bodyguard. That would be cool. Okay, let's see. Now for all this important stuff. I was actually having fun picking the equipment out and kind of envisioning what she's going to do and how she's going to play out. But now it's time to buckle down and start making these changes and additions to her character sheet. So right off the bat, I think what I'm going to do is work on her spells, because I know those are a part, 1/3 of the bard. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to go to her her class thing here, which is her class description. And I'm going to stretch this out. And I'm going to bookmark it. So I have it in bookmark. And going down this list here, I have all the charts and stuff. So if I need anything, so at 5th level, yeah, her Bardic Inspiration does a D8 instead of a D6. I need to remember that. She gets 3 cantrips, and her total known spells is 8. So, does that make sense? Yes. So it's time to add her spells. So I'm going to get her 3 cantrips. Now these are not the innate spells. These are just the bardic ones. So I'm going to go to spells. And yes, I do have the Rob 2e coding effects. So I'm going to go straight to the spells. And I'm going to filter them down at the bottom. So I'm going to go level 0. And then Bard for source. And this gives you all of the different things here. So Vicious Mockery, definitely want that. So that's that. And then probably maybe Minor Illusion or Prestidigitation. I don't know, what do you think? A big buff waxed mole, a mute with muscles on his back, shaved scalp, offering a braided scalp lock. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think you bookmarked the image link. Yeah, probably. I still have it open at least. Yeah, bearing. Yeah, that'd be cool. So let's see. So now she's going to... Yeah, I did link the image. There. Now I fixed it. Just in case I close it. So she gets, I don't know, what do you think? Friends, maybe? Nah. Mage Hand might be useful. I think Minor Illusion would be pretty cool. I'd definitely lend to her little sneaky tricks. And then maybe Light or True Strike sucks. Blade Ward actually might be something. So she can, until the end of the turn, you have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing dealt by weapon attack. That actually might be cool. Since she's not really martial, that actually might help her. Yeah. So that helps her against all kinds of different types of attacks. And she's already resistant to magic. So if she uses that spell, she's going to be pretty tough to hit. Alright. So that's that. What else we got? Let's see. I need to pick her first level spells. So, I'm going to pick a few of those. So she only gets 8 known spells. And she has, what, 7, 8, 9 slots. So we'll see. So, I'm going to... Charm Person, I don't know. Healing Word, maybe. Fairy Fire, yes. That's helpful. Sleep, definitely. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Identify. Featherfall. Definitely Featherfall. That way she can escape out of certain situations. And then... And I think that'll be good. There's 3 there. I want to get at least another 3 for the second level. We'll see. Heat metal, definitely. That is a wicked spell. Suggestion is like a higher form of charm. Definitely want that. I think she already gets it though. Let me double check. I think she gets it with her bonus spells. Yeah, it's probably from her college. Oh no, it's her racial stuff, that's right. Yeah, she gets suggestion automatically, so I don't even need to pick that. That's cool. So I'll erase that. Oops. Start over. So heat metal. Shatter is really cool. So there's 2 damaging spells. Now I need to have what's Enthrall. It's more charming. Crown of Madness. Yeah. Crown of Madness is really cool. But she's already kind of has stuff to mess with people. I think Hold Person. That'll work really good. So that's that. Now I'm going to look at her 3rd level spells. She gets a couple of those. So, Catnap, what is that? Oh, wow. No, not that. Dispel magic, maybe. Speak with dead, speak with plants. Definitely speak with plants. And then Stinking Cloud. That's pretty cool. Yep. So there we go. A curse actually would be pretty cool too. Wow. That's crazy. I might have to pick that at some point, because that's pretty powerful. So Stinking Cloud, Speak with Plants gives her, let's see, she can communicate with them. They can follow simple commands. You can ask them about events in the area, gain information. You can also turn difficult terrain caused by the plant into ordinary terrain. That's actually a pretty powerful spell. I think it's underutilized. Good against enemy casters. Yeah, Silence is a good spell. That is very unused. So I'd have to go back to 2nd level. And yeah, so I can get rid of Shatter. And definitely Silence. Thanks for the reminder. I like that spell. Okay. So no Grease, huh? That sucks. I always like the Grease spell. But it's more of a mage spell, I guess. Okay, so that's the spells. Now I'm going to start building the bardic stuff. So, first of all, I want to make sure all the DC ratings are right. So anything that has a saving throw, like Stinking Cloud. Yep, that's right. Heat metal. Yep. So there's these saves here. I'm making sure that it parses. Because sometimes, I don't know why, even if you add them here, they don't necessarily automatically, parse when they should. So if you just click here, then you'll recognize it. And there it goes. So always check your DC spellcasting levels before you move on. Because sometimes they don't parse, and I don't know why. Okay, so that's that. So spells known. Yep. Charisma is your highest casting. Yep. Spell slots 4, 3, 2. Yep. Spell casting. Spells known. When you learn more bard spells of your choice, each of these spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots. You can learn one new spell of first or second. Yeah, okay. So that's pretty good right there. I think this spell casting thing is going to be decent. So now I'm going to make the bardic thing and the racial. So I'm going to start with the racial. So I'm going to click edit, and then I'm going to click on add power, which is a star. And I'm going to call this racial abilities. And then if I click over here on the left, it'll actually update this category. So now I need to pull up that, I think it was animal friendship, poison spray, and suggestion. So rather than filtering this time, I'm just going to unfilter the spells. So poison spray, I'm going to drag it in the racial abilities. So these are not regular spells. Another thing I want to do with the racial abilities is make sure that it's charisma based. That way these DC challenge rating things are correct. And next thing was animal friendship. Yep, animal friendship. And see, the DC is only 8 right now. It should be like closer to these higher. So if I click on the magnifying glass, now it switches over to DC 15. I'm not sure what causes that, but that is how you check it. And I also made sure this category is set to charisma, because the spell casting is based on charisma for your race. Now, if your spell casting was based on intelligence, then you'd have to change it to intelligence. But in this case, it's charisma. All right, take care, man. All right, so next is one more spell, and that's suggestion. So suggestion goes over here to racial, and getting out of the edit mode. See, there's it is. It hasn't parsed. Now it's parsed. And it lasts 8 hours. That's crazy. Now I'm going to change it to preparation. And these are going to say 0 daily, except for suggestion. You can only use that once per day until you rest. So now if I change it back to combat, we can actually keep track of the usages. The other 2 spells you can do as much as you want, whenever you want, as far as the racial ones go. Now for preparation, I'm going to prepare all of the first and second level spells, just so they're at her arsenal, and the third level. So she has all those spells that she can call upon if she needs to. So now, if she uses a spell, if she uses them up, all the spell slots disappear. So will the spells from those levels. Okay, so that's that part of it. Now I need to look at the other racial stuff. So I'm going to go to race traits. Get rid of this thing here, which is the search criteria. And I'm going to go to Yuan-Ti. So innate spell casting, We kind of already took care of that, but I don't mind dragging that over because it explains it. So I'm going to drag that over. So this explains her innate spellcasting. It also gives you a way to check it off if you want. We don't really need that because we have the spells in there already. Here's the magic resistance. So that's important because you'll have that on all the time. And then immunity to poison. That's another thing. So you have all these spells plus your racial abilities, and those are racial spells. So I don't need this Yuan-Ti thing to happen anymore. So I'm going to change this to 0, because I already have the spell set up to expire after 1 use. So there we go. It's awesome. So that you have an explanation, you have all your stuff, and now I'm going to create another section. So that was just the racial abilities. So now the class features. So for the class feature, I am going to go ahead and make another section. And we're going to call this class features. Oops, I made a weapon instead. So class features Bard. So now I'm going to go back to, let's see, the Bardic area. Which is down here. So this particular character has a lot. So to deal with this easier, I'm going to go to her abilities tab, and I'm going to go to Bardic Inspiration. She gets that. College of Whispers, she gets Psychic Blades. Words of Terror. Mantle of Whispers, she doesn't get that yet, but nonetheless. False Identity Expertise. Yes, so she gets 2 skills to be proficient with, and it's doubled. So I haven't dealt with that yet. So on her skills, I need to pick 2. So one of them is going to be her Deception. She's a good liar. She has plus 10 on Deception. That's crazy. And then I think her next thing is going to be either Stealth or Persuasion. Persuasion. So she's a good liar, and she can talk you into things. That is crazy. So now what I'm going to do is continue with these. Let's see, false identity. Create a second identity. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that. That's kind of important. I think that gets skipped a lot. Font of Inspiration at 5th level. You regain all your expended uses as a short rest instead of just a long. So keep that there. Jack of all trades. I already dealt with half of it. Psychic Blades. Yeah, I think I already grabbed that. Yep. So you get 2d6. It increases when you reach certain levels. So 3d6 at level 5. Awesome. So I have to remember that. Song of Rest. Words of Terror. You already have that out here. Okay. So that is that. So these are all the things that she gets, or at least most of these things, will be added to her Actions tab if it's codable. meaning if it has mechanical value. So what I'm going to do is look down this list, and combat inspiration, no, but she does have bardic. And it says that she gets a D8 now instead of a D6 because of her level. So it is a D8 now. And she gets more usages. And she gets, let's see. I think she gets 4. At level 5, she gets... It's up to her charisma modifier, I believe. So for bardic inspiration, she gets, yeah, level 8. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier once per day. So she actually gets it per rest because she has that font of inspiration. So instead of being daily, I changed that to rest. And then this is going to be like 3 or 4. Yeah, it's 4. So she gets 4 usages per day. That's pretty powerful. Okay, so the next thing is Jack of all trades. So that goes in here. She gets psychic blades. And I get to increase that to 3d6. Which is awesome. So I've took care of that. Words of Terror. So again, charisma. Yep. So that's awesome. And let's see. Words of Terror. Song of Rest. So there's her Song of Rest. Yep. False Identity. That's more of a role-playing feature, but I'm going to go ahead and add it. So even though it doesn't do anything, I want to keep it back here so that the player knows about it. So I'll just go ahead and put it in this class feature. It's more of a background thing, but I think it's important. And it's part of why you have forgery and disguise and all that stuff, so it's an important part of her. She probably has a second life. So once I have all that figured out, then I can compress these so I don't have to see all of them expanded. We're almost done, so I have all this different stuff. Plus now I'm going to make all her, her gear that she's going to be consuming. So consumables. So I'm going to click Edit, click the star. We'll call it Supplies. Okay, so in her supplies, I'm going to make a few more lines. All right, so that is basically her supplies. So first of all, I want to look at that potion. Or that poison. So where did that go? Basic poison vial. This thing here. Yep. So I'm going to see if this will let me drag it into the supplies. Nope. So I'll have to make the poison. Big deal. I just copy this data. So I'm going to put poison basic file. I'm going to right click on it because, let's see, it going to have a couple features. So once you hit, you can apply the poison. So I need to do a cast first, which gives them a chance to do a DC 10 saving throw or take 1d4. So if I right click on here, add action, I'm going to add the cast ability first. And what that does, or it's the cast function, is you can put in your save here. So this is a fixed save, and it's 10. And then the type is Constitution. And that's how that works. So that takes care of the force saving throw. And now I'm going to add the damage part of it, which is the 1d4. So right click on it, click add action, click the blood drop, and then open up this, drag this four-sided here, and then I'm going to type poison. And that is how you make a basic poison potion. So now when you use it, you apply the save, and then you apply the damage if they don't save. And then for description reasons, I'm going to open this up, because really it doesn't have a description here. That way, you know, if there's any question about it, you don't have to go to your gear. There we go. Now this gets 3 uses max. So in preparation mode, I'm going to go ahead and put 3 here. So there's 3 daily. I need to change it to once, as this is a one-time use. Now the other stuff is just going to be like her oil flasks. Two of those. Give her 5 days worth of food at the most. And then maybe some candles. So all those things are once. Now combat mode and action. There's all her stuff. There's her spells, her class features, and her racial abilities. So now I have to think of a cool portrait. I don't think I have any Yuan-Ti per se. Oh, there's one. It's like a snake man. I'll just use that for now. Yeah, so the more detail I'd have to give is basically in her notes. I'd put her mount here, or her sidekick, and then I'd put more information about how she looks, like what type of snake feature she has. I have to add, I think, the food here to her chest, and also the water skins. I don't see those on here. So there's that. And then the rations. Okay, that takes care of that. And then oil flask, she has those candles. All right. So now I have to drop the chest. I'm gonna put the poison in her pouch, which she has a vial. So that way she carries that on her. And that should be equipped or carried. Yep. Carried. Okay. That should be about it. All right. So now I put her on the combat tracker. She would have a lot of things that I'd have to apply. So one of them is her magic resistance. And poison immunity. And then anything else that might be ongoing. Yes, like her Jack of all trades. So she has all these abilities active right now. So those are ongoing. So those would be constantly oppressing her. Or helping her, actually, not oppressing. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I haven't given her a good name. So we'll just call her Celia for now. SS Celia. And she has inspiration. And I'm going to go to menu, go to rest, go to long rest, make sure everything's reset. I'm going to clear this chat. I did a right/save, so save all my work. Close the candles, close the item. And I have a 5th level female bard from the, this is the, what is it, the College of Whispers. So she's not exactly a good person, but she's not innately evil either. She's just kind of crazy and selfish. So she has throwing daggers, she can poison, or she can poison her rapier, and then she has the poison reservoir, in which I didn't create the snake venom, but I think, yeah, this is almost the same as the, okay, so I'm going to make the poison. So what I'm going to do, instead of recreating the wheel, is I'm going to drag this back in. I'm going to rename it. So this is the snake venom. So it has the same saving throw as the basic, but you can take half on a save. So down here where it says damage, click on half on success, and then I'm going to change the damage. Right now it's only doing 1d4. Now it's 2d4. I'm going to open up the description and copy and paste it into the description for this poisonous venom. So now, yep, snake venom and regular venom. So there she goes. Now I'll save it. I think that's all I'm going to do today. Any questions before I go? And if not, then I'll call it a day. So hopefully this will help you if you're going to build a special build, or you want to do something kind of helpful to yourself and for your players. I think that would definitely be useful for you. So anyways, have a good night. I'll talk to you later. So heading out. Night.